It's been a while since I've done an Unmatched video. I've been pausing my acquisition of Unmatched sets, and now I decided to buy a couple of them that I was missing on good prices. So today I'm going to open Unmatched Brains and Brawn, which will bring She-Hulk, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange. Yes, we see Spider-Man, that's Doctor Strange here, like Pikachu, Lightning, and She-Hulk dressed as a lawyer. Uh, who enjoyed the She-Hulk series in Disney Channel, Disney Plus. So in battle there are no vehicles. Okay, anyone, anywhere, and match is a fast-paced. Nothing specific here for Marvel. Yeah. So sorry, the box is really long here. Oh, look at that! There's on top of a web here. It's your friendly neighborhood wall crawler swinging. Okay. She-Hulk, she is grabbing a pillar there, a column, and Doctor Strange is flying on a cloud. And he has Wong as a sidekick. Okay, so it will bring a scenario as well. So let's see what is inside the brains in Brawn. By the way, the next videos will be about Unmatched sets as well, the remaining ones that I buy, which includes the one with the Black Panther, the one with the teens and the Squirrel Girl, which I'm very curious to see what's there, because for so many interesting Marvel characters, they chose the Squirrel Girl as a character, which sounds very silly, but anyway. And I also have the Genie and Houdini to add to my collection, so I almost have everything that exists right now at this point. So the next thing would be the Witcher set and the Samurais, which I don't have. Okay, so yeah, I have everything here. These two are already in the channel, these two will come. And I also have, oh, these are the same thing, but normally they have that Daredevil here somewhere, which I also have. Oh, so I've played, I've won. Okay, so you can keep track of your victories. This should be cool, the Cloak and Dagger. I'm looking forward to use that. Okay, there's the typical Unmatched manual. Oh, there's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And I guess these rules never update. And the manual is always the same. They just change the images to show the cards of this set. Okay, so this is not an autoplay. And it would take like ages if I had to do autoplay in every of these videos. And you just have this page which is the special rules for this set. So Doctor Strange ability, Spider-Man, She-Hulk, and some specific of this battlefield. And that's it. We'll see that once we look at the cards. Then we have the tokens here. Let's take a look at the art. So She-Hulk this is going to go away, but you'll keep the life dial. So she is like the hands of justice, holding the scale there, and then Doctor Strange is strange things. Woo! The eye of Yagamoto, and then Spider-Man is really normal Spider-Man suit there. And then the items will be this one. So we'll have axes and swords and a cauldron. Okay, what kind of scenario we'll find here? Let's see. Oh, it's a Sanctum Sanctorum. The Sanctum Sanctorum, Doctor Strange house. And yeah, there's a column there that she's holding, and then the fire, the cauldron there, and where's the axe and the sword? So there's a huge fight here. So they destroy the Sanctum Sanctorum completely. Yeah, what a brawl. And normally on the other side of these sets, yeah, the same crap as always, which is the same scenario. Why the same scenario? Sanctum Sanctorum. But this time they just take out the colors, and the colors just exist on the rings for you to see the scenario better. I prefer this one because it's better for to see the strategy I don't care about the scenario. But they could easily, as I'm complaining always, could easily include a second scenario here, which would be like a courthouse for She-Hulk or streets of New York for Spider-Man, right? But it's the same thing. It's a ripoff. Okay, then let's take a look at this mini here. It's a very confusing mini, very confusing. I don't know. A Doctor Strange seems like a marine. Look at that hand. A marine animal that needs to swim and is darker in some places and lighter in other ones. I think these minis had better quality. Look at that. I don't understand why there's a different shades here. Intentional, or I don't know if that's really trying to replicate shade there, but it seems like a sun drop effect, but very badly done. Very badly done indeed. Okay, this is for the life tiles. Okay, so and Wong goes here. Wong will go there. Okay. Let's see the cards. So I haven't studied this character. I'm going to figure it out together with you guys. If we can pass through the easy opening, there it is. The entry point. Okay. Wow. This is a very nostalgic artwork here. Looks like something from the 60s. So, what can we expect from Doctor Strange? So he moves 2. He's a ranged. He has 14. And Wong is also ranged. Wong a range. That's range. So 2 ranges. After each combat, if Doctor Strange plays the card, you may deal 1 damage to him. If you do, put that card on the bottom of your deck and draw 1 card. Okay, so you take 1 damage, you get another card for free from the damage, and you also replenish the deck. So it's easy for Doctor Strange to lose, not to lose, but to go to that situation where you don't have cards in your deck anymore, and so every card that you need to draw, you take damage. So maybe Doctor Strange would like to take the game to that part because he will survive. Let's see. Okay, so Cloak of Levitation. During combat, if Doctor Strange is adjacent to the opposing fighter, ignore the value of your opponent's card. So he wants to be close to use this. Look at the art, it's really the 60s. Really, really the 60s, like the old version of Doctor Strange. 2 of them. Wow. Faint as a faint. It's a really old artwork. And then there comes Wong, so this is a Wong card. Also, the drawings are very, very old. Steady fast. Disciple. So if Wong is adjacent to the opposing fighter, deal 1 damage to the opposing fighter and draw a card. Okay, so another. So these guys want to be glued to the opponents. Master of Kamartage. If Doctor Strange and Wong are adjacent, this card value is 4. So they need to be together. Okay, and an attack from the Bolts of Baltac. You may blind boost, okay, which is taking the top card, and add the value here. If you want the combat, you gain 1 action. So 2 plus blind boosting. There's a high probability that you win the combat, so you get an extra action here. And both can use wow, so looks so many. So this guy will blind boost a lot, but then he can recover the cards if he spends 1 life. So he should be able to cure somehow. Let's see. If the value of this card is above 7, ignore its value. Okay. But then you may blind boost 2 times. 2 times. Wow. But then it's already 3, right? If you blind boost twice, you just need 4. No, 4 is okay, but 5 you need to ignore. The 7 Suns of Cinnibus. So it's a sheer luck thing here. You could go to 7, but never more. Never more. The Mists of Monopore. For Doctor Strange. You immediately discard your opponent's card, then reveal cards from their deck until they reveal an attack or versatile card they can play. They play that card randomly, and they play that card and randomly put the rest back. Okay, so if you know that your character will bring that super special card that's going to be a heavy hitter, you use this one, you kill that card, and then it draws another one, which hopefully is a more nice card. So that's a super good card. The Rings of Ragador. If you won the combat for there to win, your fighter and each friendly fighter adjacent to them recover health equal to the damage dealt. There it is. That's the way for him to cure and recover. If you won the combat, okay, your fighter and each. So yeah, four. No, so just three. But that's a good way for him to recover from the life that you spend. Your opponent places Doctor Strange in the starting space. Place the opposing fighter in another starting space. All players shuffle their decks. All players shuffle their decks. Shuffle the decks, not the discard pile into the decks. So why is that? So you give 4, and then you move away, and your fighter also moves away. Not getting it. The Eye of Agamotto. It should have been here. And we were expecting that. Shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 5, and gain 1 action. So obviously you use this when you only have this card in your hand to get 5 more, and then also includes this card going back to your deck, and you also get 1 action. So it's a free action with 5 cards in your hand. No, really, I'm a doctor. Reveal the top card of your hand and put it at the top of your deck. Doctor Strange or from the fighter adjacent to him recovers health. Wow, recovers health equal to the boosts, and you don't lose the card. You just put it back on top of your deck. This is a great character. This Doctor Strange is very good. Very good. Doctor Strange and Wong. There's Wong here. I'm going to take it out already. Wow, very promising. Very promising. Yes. I don't feel the team quite a lot, but anyway, looks like a strong character indeed. Then what we have here is again a crappy sun drop effect that I've ever seen. Why is Spider-Man stained in black? I guess this is a production issue here, that the plastic comes darker in some places and not uniform. So if I were a painter of miniatures, I would solve this very quickly. Unfortunately, I'm not, so I need to live with this thing looking like that. And yeah, it's very bad. And then what is this kind of pose? Spider-Man's pose. So he's throwing his web down, but is like hanging in this weird position here. So I guess he's like throwing the web at someone down. He's jumping and but then the movement continues somehow and he lands. But it looks like very silly. They could have done such a great poses, such a great number of poses for Spider-Man. This one is really ridiculous. And same thing. This is again the 60s. So this is very focused on the 60s. This is a 60s version of Spider-Man as well. I'm almost hearing like when he's spider sensing here, the spider sense is tingling, right? And it's that sound of the 60s or 70s or whatever. The spider sense and moves 3. When an opponent attacks Spider-Man, before you play a defense card, they must tell you the printed value of their card. Wow, they keep coming up with different stuff that is really surprising. Yeah, so this is very good. So spider sense, yeah, you know upfront how much is going to be the hit that you are going to take, right? It's your spider sense. So cool, and he's a melee guy. Oh, and I'm very surprised that the sentence here of a lore is not great powers bring great responsibilities. Yeah, so they look like old cartoon images, recover 3 health, and Spider-Man goes anywhere is needed. This one looks a bit more modern. After the combat, if the value of your opponent card is 4 or higher, deal 2 damage to him. Okay, previously. Disarming shot. After combat, draw a number of cards equal to the number of combat damage dealt to the opposing fighter. That's dangerous because if you draw a lot, if Spider-Man starts this turn in a different space, the value of this card is 5. Yeah, that's a typical card. Web shooters. Spider-Man cannot take more than 2 combat damage this combat. That's a good defense card. It's already high here on the defense. It's a 3, but then he cannot take more than 2. So anything above 5, which is rare, but may happen, is considered nullified. I'm thinking if those double cards are used against this one, like Achilles or the other guys from that set that do an attack, and then a second one, that second one still counts because this is during the first combat. Yeah. Your opponent can draw cards this turn. Your opponent can draw cards this turn, so they draw in the beginning. So it's like if there are effects to draw cards, they don't draw. If Spider-Man is adjacent to the opposing fighter, draw 1 card. Okay. Spider-Man, Spider Sense Tingling. If the value of your opponent card is 4 or higher, you draw 2 cards. Okay. Move the opposing fighter a number of spaces up to the combat damage dealt. Wow, 6, and then he goes back. A lot, or 0. If you won the combat, put Spider-Man in any space in this zone. Wall crawler, place Spider-Man in any space in his zone. Okay, so he's very dodgy. He's going to be jumping around. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. With great power and nothing else. They could have put like ... here. All of Spider-Man attacks this turn are +1. Draw 1 card and gain 1 action. So he's like going to do his ultimate after playing that card. And then we have the She-Hulk, which, as expected, has the same crazy sun drop effects. Crazy. And her deck is the deck. The deck is tough to open as well. Okay, so we have the same image here as the lifestyle, which is her hand holding the scale of justice. So it's again mentioning that she's a lawyer. Will the cards also have this kind of focus? Let's see. So yeah, so she has 20 of life, as expected. Moves 2, just throw something. At the start of your turn, you may discard a card to deal damage equal to its boost value to a fighter in your zone. What? Wow! So it's like really throwing something. Hey, you! 2 spaces far away. I just discarded this card with boost 3 and oh, how much life do you have? 3? You're dead. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Oh, again, Justice part here. Lady Justice. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Increase the value of this card by twice that card value. Okay, so 0 as a base, but then you go to your boosts and you discard the card. So it's also bad because you are milling your opponent's deck. Okay, but it's a risk because you really don't know what will pop up. So it could be something with a lower boost. So I guess with 20 life you can live the risk. Draw a card equal to the amount of combat damage you took. Again, this character is asking to be it. Seize and desist. Cancel effects on opponent card. If you are attacking, the value of this card is 4 instead. Okay, so could be used to defend, but if you are attack, yeah, it's 4, not bad. Then you cancel effect on other cards. Oh, she's always defending now. There are attacks there. Could be interesting. She's a lawyer, so she is defending, but also lawyers attack. So nah, forget what I just said. Legalize. If you won the combat, your opponent chooses whether you both draw a card or you both discard a card. If I won the combat, if you lose the combat, you make the choice. Okay. Yeah, depends on the situation. So I don't know. Nerve cluster strike. Immediately, if She-Hulk is adjacent to the opposing fighter may not leave their space. Okay, so this is to hold the guy there for you to do heavy hit after. You may spend an additional action to make this card value 9. Wow! That's the first time I see 9 damage on our match. So I'm just going to do one attack, which is this one, and it's going to be 9. That's it. Deal with it. 9 damage. 9 damage. If you won the combat, deal 1 damage to each fighter adjacent to She-Hulk. The green energy. So 4. If you won the combat, you may choose a card from your discard pile and shuffle it to your deck. This is like the lore is just completely lost here. What does Sensational has to do with going fetching used cards? Omega level threat. If you deal 2 or more combat damage, your opponent discards 2 random cards. That's really a threat indeed. Because you will go to D5, you just need to have a 2 extra. Draw 2 cards and recover 2 health. So that's how you cure. Jennifer Walters, ask. Press on a starting space, draw 1 card, and gain 1 action. And the Leap Torrent, move She-Hulk up to 4 spaces. She may move through opposing fighters. Then, if she's adjacent to an opposing fighter, gain 1 action. Okay, so it's a leap indeed. She leaps, and then, okay, now you're going to take 9 damage. Yeah, because you gain an action. Okay, no, but you need to spend an additional action. So you need to use this on the beginning of your turn while you still have 2, and then you get an action. The other one you use this, and then the third one you just spend it to be 9. So it's like bouncing over an opponent, just deal 9. Okay, promising characters, promising decks. The same crappy scenario duplicated. So Brains and Brawn. I don't know who the Brains and the Brawn are here. I guess they are all big hitters. Maybe Spider-Man is my dodgy guy. This one here is super cool. So I'm really excited to try this. I hope you're excited as well, now that you've seen this. To the point that you don't forget to leave a like, share with friends. If you are an Unmatched fan, then I truly invite you to check my channel, because I have a playlist dedicated to Unmatched, and I will continue to bring more and more and more, or every set. I can say confidently that I will bring every set. So I would like you to visit there, as well as board games in general. So thank you for staying till the end, and I see you in the next one. Thank you.